Do you have a fresh set of eyes that can look at your content? And I don't mean your partner or your children or your parents. I mean a truly fresh set of eyes. Do you have a best friend? You can just say, can you go to my Instagram site and give me some honest feedback? And so your best friend might say, I think it's great, it's lovely. You know, that's not honest feedback. That's someone who loves you, they care for you, they don't want to upset you. Now, it means you need to find someone that you meet, you're out, say, have a look at this, you're a bit drunk, great, tell me what you really think. Hello and welcome. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to your needs, the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business and something clinical each week, you'll get the variety you need and enjoy to stay motivated in practice. Hello, welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How are you today? How is it all going in your world? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? What's going on? If you're feeling a bit down, can we turn that frown upside down like my mother used to say when I was a child? Let's hope so. Because what I wanted to talk to you about today was your image and your brand. Now, I am no brand expert. Let's be honest here. I am in the healthcare realm. I'm not a brand expert and I'm not an image expert. But what I can talk to you about is how I see people and how I perceive people and how people, if I'm doing it, others are doing it to me. So let's talk about the basics. I mean, we've got body language. I certainly know about body language. It's part of coaching. Our body language is really important when we're talking to our clients, when we're interacting with people as a whole. There's all sorts of funny things like, when you're talking to someone, if your thumb is upward, then it's much more positive interaction than if your hands are flat or your thumb is pointing downwards, even though you might just be gesticulating with your hands. The thumb upwards is really important. And there's all sorts of things like that when we look at our image that, can help because it's a very small thing. But some of the bigger, more obvious things are how we present ourselves. So, I like to have a bit of colour in my hair. So, a bit of pink hair. I do like that. I've gone for other colours and I've done different things, but I've always ended up with pink. And yet I never would have thought pink was my colour. And, I really like it in my hair. So, what about your logo? What about your colours? What about your image? How we dress, how we see people. But also there's the written thing. There's, do you feel I don't feel I have to say that I am, she, her. But some people do, and some people like to see that. And so do you feel that you should have that there on your information? I do feel that I need to say about the Corona people and working from this space. So, and I acknowledge the people. So I find, that makes me feel good on my emails that I'm saying that, because every time I acknowledge the local peoples of this area, it makes me think about the Indigenous culture and how I can support people. So, there's all sorts of ways we can do these things, and there's all sorts of things that nudge us. And when they nudge us, they nudge others who want to see us, who are like us, who have values and all of those things that are similar to our own, that we want to attract, that we feel will work better with us. So, having a goal statement and a value statement about our business is really important as well. And you can keep that private. You don't have to share that. But it's a really good idea to have an understanding of what your values are and what your goal is, so that you can look at that yourself and it can support you in what you do. You can see it, you can feel it, you can acknowledge it to yourself and in your business, and it should bolster you. Because you can look back at that and go, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is where I am. This is where my feelings come in. This is something I need to do. And when you're feeling a bit down and you look at your goal statement, you think, well, actually, I'm on my way to that goal. Or the value statement, yeah, I might have had that difficulty online or with that client or whatever, but my values say that I have to work this way. I have to be like this. But this is me, and I don't have to put that on others, okay? So, but how do we track our progress? How do we track the progress of ourselves and others on our goals and value statements? And how do we track the progress of our business? Not financially. Yes, we know how to do it financially. I've got Stripe. loads of information there on Stripe, but I'm talking about tracking the progress of what we're doing in our own eyes and in the eyes of others. So, if we getting lots of follows? No. Maybe that's absolutely okay. Maybe you don't need lots of follows. Maybe say, I don't think people are following so much, and I don't think it actually matters. I've got a business Facebook page because I need it to run ads. And so of course I post on there, but I've a really low following, and I don't actually think it matters because people aren't necessarily following or liking these days. They're just going back to what they like the look of, and they're finding people again without pressing like. So, when we think of tracking our progress, we can look at how many comments perhaps we have on a post instead of how many people are saying anything, or whether when we look at our page of pictures, say on Instagram, they look calm and smooth, and as they have a matching feel. They can all look totally different, but have a matching feel to them, so that we're really going with that branding of how we are and who we are, and we're really projecting what we want to project. Sometimes we need to do it, stand back, and if we're looking at our own Instagram page, it's a good idea to look at other people's full page, not just scroll through, but, I like this person, go and see their full page. How are they presenting themselves? How does that look? How does it look in comparison to mine? Should I change mine a little bit to be similar to theirs because I really like that, and will that help me? What is it on mine that isn't attracting people? What is it on mine that isn't blowing their mind? When I look at this one, and they all blow my mind. When I look back at mine, why isn't it doing that? What do I need to change? Do I need more white space, for example, or do I need more colour, or do I need to reduce the amount of photo or whatever in it? So it's really important that we do compare, but we don't get comparisonitis. People do things differently. People learn at different rates, and people are better at some things. And sometimes a niche, I was talking about this today with my group, when we think about our niche, some niches are just easier to advertise. If you've got an acne niche, acne is acne. People are Googling the word acne. Whereas if your niche is perhaps thyroid, people aren't necessarily Googling thyroid, they're Googling their symptoms. But acne is acne. They're going to Google the word acne. So you can call yourself an acne clinic, and it's going to be a lot easier to advertise that niche than it is to advertise, metabolic syndrome. When we're comparing, there's no comparisonitis in it, all right? It's just, I like the look of that, but let's skip the words. Let's just do the visuals on Instagram, because Instagram is all about the visuals. Let's think about why people are attracted to that over why they're not attracted to mine. And don't worry about the wording on them, because we don't want to copy other people. We do want to copy them, but we don't want to copy them. Does that make sense? We do want to go, yeah, that's amazing. I'd love mine to look like that. We don't want to go word for word, or even that 10% difference. We need way more than the 10% difference. So that is the legal requirement. So, and I do this because I'm a fresh set of eyes. Do you have a fresh set of eyes that can look at your content? And I don't mean your partner or your children or your parents. I mean a truly fresh set of eyes. Do you have a best friend? You can just say, can you go to my Instagram site and give me some honest feedback? And so your best friend might say, I think it's great, it's lovely. That's not honest feedback. That's someone who loves you, they care for you, they don't want to upset you. Now, it means you need to find someone that you meet, you're out, say, have a look at this, you're a bit drunk, great, tell me what you really think. In the 90-day program where I see everybody one-on-one, it's 7 appointments with me. First one's a couple of hours, we do have a break. We have sort of a stand-up, jog around the room break at the end of the first hour, and then we do a second hour, and then each appointment after that is 1 hour long. And I will make sure that I look at their website, because I'm just a fresh set of eyes. I will look at their Instagram. Again, I'm just a fresh set of eyes. I'm no logo branding expert, but that fresh set of eyes can make a huge difference. Okay, make a massive difference, because you need that fresh set of eyes to go, yeah, we're sticking with this. Or, you know what? I see you always dressed like this, and yet in these photos you're dressed in a suit, or, but that's not you as I'd see you. So for a long time, I didn't have any photos, nice photos of me, professional photos of me for a long time. There was one photo my husband took sitting on the grass overlooking the ocean, and that was it. I had this one portrait photo, one face shot, and that was it. I had for years and years and years. So my website needed pictures. So I went and I bought a load of models who looked similar to me, like vaguely similar, way prettier than me, but vaguely similar, dark hair, glasses sort of look. And then those people were on that website for a really long time, for years in fact. And then I had a client come to me and she came into the room and was the first one who said, wow, you don't like your pictures on the website, do you? Like, no, I don't, because that's totally not me. That's a bought photo of a paid model who has dark hair, because I used to have dark long hair. And of course, my hair was blonde at that point. So I was like, yeah, I've had my hair done. Realization I had to go and get some new photos. But are we, across our brand, looking how we want to look? Are we projecting what we want to project? And do we need to ask for help? Do we need somebody else to look at it and say, you know what? All the way through, we've got a bit of a mismatch here. And I personally had a mismatch for years and years and years, and I still have a little bit of a mismatch in there as well. So I'm in no means am I perfect, but I can look at things and go, you know what? I really like the look of this, because Instagram's changed. When we go back 2 years and what people's pictures look like on Instagram, you go back there now and you're like, oh, that's awful. But at the time we thought it was great. And now it's got a different look. And so it's staying up to date with these things, but staying how you want to be perceived. And we need some of that personality, our personality, to come through in what we're delivering. So just have a little look, make sure that you align with your brand, and who we are, what it is we do, and that it's clear. All right. And that there's a clear pathway that's the other thing, a clear pathway. So someone clicks on your Facebook post or your Instagram post that's selling something, you're selling an ebook, or you want them to download your free ebook so you get their email address. Now, when they click on that picture, it should take them somewhere that looks really, really similar, or even the same picture that they just clicked on, so that there's continuity and a clear pathway for the person when they're going from one base to another. So maybe they've seen a picture on Instagram, and then they click on that, and they go to your bio, don't they? And then from your bio, they follow the words and they click on the words, and then they go to the page. Then it needs to have a similar flow, or they're going to look at it and go, oh, I didn't mean to come here, because they've had to go through a number of pathways and steps to get there. So we need to make sure that it flows. You've got a picture of the thing on the social media platform that they've clicked on. That picture will be over on the landing page or whatever it is it's taking them to, so that there's that continuity and flow across what you're doing. So just have a look, a little bit of a look at your stuff, and you can do this. You can totally do this. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So that's all from me today. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant rest of day and enjoy yourselves. And I look forward to checking in with you again soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.